Hi everybody, and welcome back to my ongoing series around building my business. For this week's summary is on the consulting side. I would say it was a relatively mild week. I had a really good chat with an ongoing customer, good feedback, really appreciative, but we're kind of in a holding pattern right now. I had done a number of hours in February that I was able to bill for, and a nice little side check, so to speak, that came in. But one of the areas that I'm finding trouble with is that ongoing business development. It's difficult working a full-time job, trying to spin up the side business, working in the side business, and then spending the time continuing to network and reaching out to see if people have work available or need help. That effort needs to just be continued to be sustained, because as I spun up that additional work in February, the ongoing business development kind of fell off on the wayside because everything felt great and fat and happy. But as that work hit a lull, there's no additional work to fill that gap. And I think having and balancing various different workloads and various different customers is tough, because I don't think anything kind of comes in as you expect at a consistent rate. It will be very spiky, which is okay. But learning how to continue that business development engine and learning how to manage the ongoing work requirements is a skill set that I'm very much still learning. But I'm hopeful through continued engagement, continuing to reach out, reminding people that I exist, because it's not who you know, it's who knows you and can keep you top of mind during an opportunity that they may come across down the line. That was a consulting side. For the other three businesses, I think we're heating up on one. There was some good substantive conversations around what this business looks like. We're talking about partnership percentages. We're talking about the market. Doesn't mean that the business is getting launched, but it's been a really good understanding for me around kind of the early stage inception of a business. It's not something that I've done before besides consulting, which is relatively easy to spin up, i.e. I just trade my time for money. This is how to build a product. What type of product? What market should we go for? What are the competitors? Is this a product that will sell more than a handful of devices? Is it worth the potential capital? How much capital do we need? What skill sets do we need that are missing out of the potential founder team? How much time and energy do those founders have for this venture? And do I believe they're going to fully engage themselves and put their best effort in? Because I think it's all fun kind of talking conceptually about it, but last week was the first time I thought, this might actually become something. It sets off a little bit of the, oh crap, this might become something. Time to double down a little bit on understanding it, the due diligence, the market research, what the product is. So all a good experience. I think building a business, setting up a business is a muscle that needs to be flexed, and a muscle that can be flexed. So going to get better at it, going to build something one day, eventually. These are all fantastic learning opportunities. On the other two businesses, not much. I think the other learning opportunity is that it is really hard to get people to go along with you. These are people that I believe have really strong skill sets that round me out, particularly in the technical or market knowledge, but they're busy. Everyone's busy. Everyone's got things to do, or they're not interested in spending their time. They're not entrepreneurial. They don't see the upside. They don't want the upside potentially in one case. They're happy with kind of their life as is. So they just don't have that same ambition, that same drive, that same motivation to go ahead and try something new or different, which is 100% fine. A little frustrating from my perspective, of course, but a good learning experience in how to find somebody that kind of meets you in the middle and pulls you along while you pull them along. And it's kind of a multiplying factor versus additive factor here. So finding that great co-founder, that partner, is really difficult, but once you do, it's pure gold. Good learnings, good experiences over the past couple weeks and just throughout the last couple months, kind of diving a bit deeper in this segment. But still very committed to doing something interesting. I think this is the path forward. For the week ahead, I will be doing a little bit more networking, checking in with folks, keeping myself top of mind for them, and then trying to explore these three other businesses and seeing what's what. I think it's been a few months of exploration, and I'd like to either see if there's something here to continue to explore, or whether we can just call it a day and move on to potentially the next opportunity. Because each one of these open up a file, so to speak, in the mind. You're focusing on it. It's taking a little bit of memory to process. So I think it's good to strike them out if there's just nothing there, or the partner isn't able to meet me halfway and there's nobody else I have in mind that would potentially fill out that void. All good stuff, all great experiences. It feels good to be productive, to be moving forward, to be doing something. I think that's the key point. So I tend to be happier when I am doing, when I'm growing, when I'm learning. And all of this, the business exploration, the partnerships, the ideation, even this YouTube channel, all great new skill sets, all great new learning. So very appreciative of it. So thank you for joining me for this week's vlog status update. Would love your thoughts, would love your comments, would love your questions, would love your guidance. If you've been through this process before, again, this is my first time standing up businesses. It's a learning experience for me. If people have done this before, would appreciate the insights and guidance. So thank you again for joining me, and we'll catch you on next week's update. Till then.